In the heart of West Africa, Ghana stands as a beacon of hope and resilience, a nation rich in culture, diversity, and natural resources. But beneath its vibrant surface lies a reality of challenges, where economic opportunities are often scarce, especially in the rural areas. Africa has the youngest population in the world. Approximately 67% of Ghana's population is under the age of 35. The MasterCard Foundation, in collaboration with Agri-Impact, are embarking on an ambitious 4-year project to transform lives and landscape across all regions of Ghana. This initiative, supported by 8 key implementing partners, focuses on 4 main agriculture value chains: rice, tomatoes, soya, and poultry. We follow the footsteps of the project's implementers and partners, witnessing their meticulous preparations. From the bustling fields of Sunyani to the serene poultry farming of Doma, from the fertile lands of Komawu to the lush landscape of Weta in the Volta region, the stage is set for change. With the vision of creating 320,000 jobs for the youth, targeting 70% women and 30% men, including persons with disabilities. Production targets are ambitious, aiming for 134,970 tons of rice, 33,550 tons of tomatoes, 63,772 tons of soya, and 12,800 tons of poultry. This project is about enhancing productivity. It's about dignity, ensuring that every job created pays at least 10% above the minimum wage. As Agri-Impact coordinates partners, monitors progress, and ensures support, we embark on a journey to capture the essence of this transformation. Join us as we witness the beginning stage of the MasterCard Foundation and Agri-Impact Happy Program.
Millennium Development Authority is a project management unit of the government of Ghana, which was formed as far back as 2006 to actually implement government flagship projects. One of them was the Compact 1 and the Compact 2, which we implemented from 2007 to 2012, and also the Compact 2 to 2017. After the completion of the Compact program, the government came out with what we called Ghana Cares Economic Enclaves program, and Millennium Development Authority was charged the responsibility to coordinate the activities of all the enclave projects.
One of the key initiatives undertaken by MIDA is the expansion of the vast expanses of fertile land, earmarked to encourage the production of essential commodities. Agro Kings have been allocated a portion of this land with a focus on rice farming.
At Agro Kings Limited, we actually operate on the entire agriculture value chain, but now our focus is much more on rice. Our farm capacity is actually 10,000 acres that we are operating on.
The aim of the enclave projects is to acquire lands at specific districts to encourage the production of key commodities that the government spends a lot of dollars importing into the country. So government acquired 10,000 acres of land at Kasunya, which we call Noya Akucho Economic Enclave.
On our production side, which is at Kasunya, between Tsopoli and Akuse, we are preparing about 1,000 acres that we are going to crop again. This year, we've been in talk with MIDA and with MasterCard Foundation, and we are hoping to partner with them to work on the Happy program. As at now, they've trained some of our supervisors as trainers who will be training youth. So the moment the youth are ready, we are happy to let these trainers that we train to train all those youths.
So MIDA has trained 10 people in Agro Kings in the Training of Trainers program, who are to train about 250 youth in mechanization and in rice production and in the entire rice value chain.
MasterCard Foundation, a key partner, is providing support for 500 youth to cultivate a total of 6,000 acres of land. The 500 youth that we are going to bring on board this program are going to be allocated to anchor tenant farmers. We have signed MOU with some of the anchor tenant farmers. As we speak now, we have gotten 8 anchor tenant farmers that we are going to train these youth and allocate them to the anchor tenant farmers to start production on the 6,000 acres of land that the government has acquired within the Noya-Akucho Economic Enclave.
So the beneficiaries that will be assigned to Agro-Kings would be trained in mechanization. That's the use of machineries to develop the land and to prepare the land, and also be trained in good agronomic practices for the rice production, so that they can improve on their yield to about 6 tons per hectare, and also take farming as a business.
Currently, we are having about 150 permanent staff that we work with, and when you add the casual and the permanent staff, we are averaging about 250. But what happens is that at any time that you are doing scaring, you will have to hire a lot of people. So in a day, you can even have about 100 people that have come around to come and do scaring, because if you want to do effective scaring, each acre will have to get one person. So that will be doing the scaring. So if you have 100 acres that is ready, then you have to get about 100 people that you transport them to come and work with you.
So we will be onboarding about 500 young people in 2 sessions. First session having 250 people and 10 trainers training about 25 people per session.
As a company, our passion has been advancing human life, and the focus is actually on women. Out of the 5 managers that we are having as a company, 4 of them are all women that we work with, and our supervisors also, about 70% of them are all women, and all these people are between the age of 18 to 35.
We are also working with GIDA, that's the Ghana Irrigation Development Authority. They are doing the construction of the canals on the land. And also the government is currently developing accommodation, because the youth are being onboarded across the districts. The districts are Ningo Prampram, Shai Osudoku, and Northton. Government is also putting up another facility which we call the Multi-Purpose Conference Center, which will be used for the training of the youth.
As at now, we've put up a warehouse which we consider as an input warehouse. In fact, it's able to store about 1,200 tons of input. We are currently having our silo that we are building. That is also going to be about 1,000 ton capacity of silo, and that is going to keep dried rice. And we are putting up a dryer that is also 25 ton dryer for a day.
We are also working with 48 Engineers Regiment. They are doing the land clearing and development within the economic enclave here. And because the area is a new enclave, and we are bringing youth across the districts and also other parts of the country to this place, there's a need to provide security. So 48 engineers are also here to provide security to protect our youth and other workers and facilities within the economic enclave.
In terms of machinery, we have about 15 tractors that we are working with, and we have about 4 harvesters that we have also on site. What we do also is that we work with external parties, so we allow the town people to bring in their harvesters, then we work with them. When it comes to milling and processing of the rice, we don't have our own milling equipment, so what we do is that we partner with third party. And now we have about 3 third-party people that we work with. Each of them have about 3.5 ton per hour milling machine that we work with them.
Each youth is going to be allocated 5 hectares of land within the 4-year period. So within the 4-year period, the youth is going to be a youth farmer who will employ additional youth to support him. So assuming each youth employs about 5 on his land, we are going to get 5 times 5,000, which will give about 7,000 something within the period. That will be on the production side alone. Along the value chain, a lot of employment activities are going to occur, like those who will transport even the paddy from the enclave here to the milling centers, those who are going to support in the harvesting, those who are going to support in bear scaring, those who are going to support with weed control and all of them. So at the end of the day, a lot of employment is going to be generated along the value chain.
I'm excited to be part of this training, and I would like to thank Agri-Impact, MasterCard Foundation and MIDA for this initiative. And I can't wait for the program to commence.
This assembly is one of the assemblies in the Greater Accra region, which has both the city aspect and rural setting aspects with vast opportunities for agriculture.
Ningo Pram Pram is a farming community. Basically, as a farming community, we are into fish farming, crop production, and livestock production. For the crop side, the dominant crop is rice production.
Our assembly is one of the agric zone. When I say agric zone, it's a district that we have a very vast land in terms of agric. And most of our agric land are very rich in terms of rice farm, crops farm, and even animal farm.
I deem it a pleasure having to come into contact with Happy Program, an initiative by MasterCard Foundation, and then in partnership with Agri-Impact Limited and MIDA Ghana.
A good number of youth, both male and female, who have the zeal to go into agriculture. And with the coming into existence of this, it's a blessing to the district and would empower them financially as well as economically to the district as a whole.
We think that it is in the right direction because the community is basically into rice production. The Department of Agriculture is also doing very well to mobilize the youth to have the interest for rice production. And therefore, as part of contribution to the MasterCard Foundation initiative, we've had a number of meetings with the stakeholders and farmers. Initially, we've been able to mobilize about 330 young men and women. Later, with the striking down of the age to 18 to 34, currently we have had 130, with 30 being women and then the rest being the youth.
An assembly has departments, and our Department of Agri is well positioned to support the farmers with the extension officers and all other officers from overhead responsibility who come into the district from time to time. And we know that at the end of it all, the district and Ghana as a whole will be beneficiaries of this project in the area of rice production.
We are happy to support the Happy Program, an initiative of MasterCard Foundation in collaboration with Agri-Impact Limited and MIDA.
Currently now we are working in partnership with Agri-Impact under the MasterCard Foundation, which is the Happy Project.
New Age Agri Solutions Limited is actually one of the implementing agents of the Happy Project under the PMU of Agri-Impact. On the project, New Age is focusing on two value chains, rice and soya. For rice, for another project, we have a 4-year period. We are undertaking a 10,000 hectare of rice production, and for soya, we are doing 8,000 hectares of rice production.
I am Aljo Bernard, Scheme Manager of the Irrigation Scheme, representing the Ghana Irrigation Development Authority. We are in charge of development of irrigation dams and infrastructure across the country for agricultural production. Basically, for the irrigation scheme, we are into rice production. We do two main varieties, S-Bica and Agra.
For the rice production, we commenced last December because most of our production areas are within the irrigation schemes. And as such, our season doesn't conform with the normal major season, dry season period. So we started our first production season in December. Currently, most of our farmers in that first season are currently harvesting. And the Veta irrigation scheme is one of the first irrigation schemes or the first locality that we commenced the Happy projects for rice.
Veta, as we stand, we are working with about 600 farmers, which we are doing about 600 hectares. Averagely, we are doing 1 hectare per farmer, and then we are expecting about 2,000 plus metric tons of paddy coming in this season.
We've been in partnership with New Age and Agri-Impact on the Happy project of the MasterCard Foundation. They've been extending assistance to our farmers. Currently we're doing about 750 hectares averagely, but we have the potential for 880 hectares. Most of our farmers are youth, both male and female. They are into agriculture.
The Happy project, as we all know, is a MasterCard Foundation partnership project with Agri-Impact with us as part of the implementing partners. For this area, the irrigated land is 880 hectares, and there is open field or rain-fed fields, which is about 1,800 hectares. Currently, we have commenced with 400 hectares. That is the production season of December, and we are hoping that the next season, that is from April onwards, we will undertake an additional 600 hectares.
So as part of our commitment, this season we trained 56 farmers, and then these farmers were selected at the whole enclave, which we trained them, and then we'll be supporting them this season, give them all the input for them to produce seed for us to give to our farmers coming the major season that we'll start cropping.
Robert Glaku, Agri project but irrigation project. My molu gbe dan fia, chogo mo jami jagoma. Happy project meval. Da fu wana minto. Dodo ke MasterCard Foundation, Agri-Impact, New Age. Ude tumara. Aba dem yaji la gbede de goma. De nyawa ganya o hagoma. Afi miti nyawa do wom ijopom. Ta we be nyawa do so nem. Yo yufu ke dom.
Mara kun kwenya na Agli Manuela, mo chuga gudo pa. My agbledem le section 4, le section 5. Cha, afi mi adagla, an se sonye na mi, afi na gakpo la ngunu. Afi mi udoga nu ha, ala ba gakata na mi uchumolovo, amu yo pa gale nwo. Ekinu vota, ga va tozu fu pekpe blibo. Happy project ava kpede mi nchide mi pa chika dede nya uma. Epe mi we 2 acres. Kaka heka go mi ga wo gefia, mi ga da ka wo ga kpede nchi, ala ba Our production
areas include the estuary irrigation scheme, or what is called the KIS, the better irrigation scheme, down south. Up north, we are also in Tono and Icor, and we are also in Via and Icor, and we are also at Butanga under Jida in Tamale. But where we are now is a better irrigation scheme, which is under the control of Ghana Irrigation Development Authority, JIDA, of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. And this is where we have commenced the first phase of the rice production under the Happy project.
A better area has a potential youth of about 200,000, of which about half of this number is involved in the value chain of rice production. The production we do here on the better irrigation scheme has impact spillover effects in the whole environs of the better area, and this has created jobs in other areas like Okada riding, tricycle, carting of rice, tractor services, and all other aspects.
New Age Agri Solutions Limited under the Happy project is creating some 136,000 jobs. Under this, the rice areas is supposed to create about 70,000 jobs, and these are jobs for the youth, those up to the age of 35, and 70% women.
Nkwenya godwin lokpa mareku mi no gblaji mi no agbladam chan akecho yeyi o mi agbladam va ye a mi afofo patama afanyinyi va na agblaji no sogbo mi ta fanyi va do nya be ye mai ma o mokpo company de kai ka wa gadame ayi ka wo pa gbledede anya jijo na wo han ta uko dodo record tuma ayi nkwenya Happy project eyika project e avanemia avademia sohewoji moejo demia jironya bana mi gadame koyo bana ukọ gblema chika yo kata mi atemia zan na mi afa dowo ukoni na mi ta ukoni na mi okweda ashinwe toreji na mi oyo bana na do molula na chonma ka be adefa traza edege no molu dogba na be molu ga chika ewoge nhyiam enwo gadamo asran o unami achika de mo kata koyo bana ajijo na mi we bana mi chomia pa molu ha mi kpona ba mola etovovo na yika mi afofo wo vayi ye gbadora nya bana le afayo ka gagbona maka kagladeji ala bana fatra zamanya kuke nhyiam vanam ta maka kideji na no makpo pa ma we abetre ka sene ala bana na magaga do ga fiare ka fia ko dagble plus sube le fo ado anu gbanya fo ka fo ado matemia kpoga afle agblevu ade ya na nye do yi do e ma yi ma na ka gbo de kuku ba wo don e ka ma chi magbo.
With the irrigation scheme have 2 warehouses, one for fertilizer and then the other one for the other input. And then as part of our commitment, we've employed 2 persons with disability to help us with the distribution and managing of the warehouses.
Currently, as we speak, we have engaged 2 PWDs, or people living with disabilities, who are serving as stock control officers. Although they can't be able to be on the field to do the production, they mount our warehouses where they take stock of input that comes in, input that goes out. When it comes to, we are now undergoing harvesting. Very soon they will take up part of the roles where the procurement that we are procuring from the farmers of their paddy, they will be taking stock of that one as well.
When going to the community, marketing avenues have been created. People are now into rice business, selling of rice by the roadside. The value chain has been extended from the area into Accra and other centers, where people here have turned themselves into marketing agents and supply rice to those areas.
We are expecting 2,000 plus paddy coming in this season. That is between we started the production that was in December, and then we've started harvesting. This paddy will be sent to our mill, where we'll mill, which we are expecting to have a conversion of 80,000 bags of 25 kg branded rice into the new age FVV sack for sales.
The irrigation scheme is very happy to be part of the Happy Project in partnership with Agri-Impact and New Age Agriculture.
The Ghana National Service Scheme is an agency under the Ministry of Education that is mandated to deploy Ghanaian citizens 18 years and above who have attained the benefit of tertiary education to different priority areas in the country.
The directorate is a member of almost an 8-member consortium led by the Agri-Impact that is implementing the Happy Project.
The Happy Project, which is the Harnessing Agricultural Productivity and Prosperity for Youth, is a consortium-led project that seeks to enhance the skills and capabilities of the youth within this country in ag and ag-adjacent sectors. Also, it also seeks to create employment opportunities along the selected value chains for thousands and thousands of Ghanaian youth to reduce the unemployment rate in this country.
The Happy Project is an initiative of the Mastercard Foundation to deploy intervention towards improving production and productivity in 3 selected value chains, being the rice, soybean, and tomatoes.
As part of this project, the Harnessing Agricultural Productivity and Prosperity for All project, the scheme's role encompasses facilitating the training and capacity building of over 40,000 young graduates, not just young graduates from our universities, but also community youth with special focus on women.
The Directorate, through capacity building and skill development, will expose these beneficiaries to business opportunities along the value chain of the 3 prioritized commodities. Most of them will be engaged on small plots developed by the project to go into actual production, which will enhance their agronomic practices and skills. We're also going to expose them to post-harvest management options and innovations that they can take advantage of after the project span.
It is worthy to note that the scheme's involvement in this project will ultimately promulgate into the training of over 40,000 young men and women, as well as translating into the creation of over 80,000 jobs. As part of efforts to reduce the large imports that this country faces, importing rice, importing soya, importing tomatoes, as well as poultry, the scheme is committed to contributing 1.5 million beds in the next 4 years towards the Happy Project.
To kickstart the planned activities for tomato, today we are here with a team from the Directorate of Crop Services, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, together with the Regional Department of Agriculture, Ashanti Region, and then District Directorate of Agriculture, precisely from Dobonso, Agogo, and Kumewu, where this land earmarked for production happens to be situated.
As you can see in this field, we have committed this entire field, over 20,000 hectares. This place used to be a semi-deciduous forest area, and that is the type of ecological zone that we find ourselves in. But with the land development efforts that have gone on behind me and to my side, you would see that the land has been cleared, engineering of the land is ongoing in anticipation of the first rains to begin this project. The youth are excited. We've brought them from far and near, from Kumewu, from Agogo, from Drobonso, from Accra, even from Koforidua.
I was posted here, but I'm happy to be a part of the project. What actually inspired me is the special packages available right after the service. The fact that they are going to make provisions for us to continue with what we actually started. And then my expectations for this project is that at the end of the project, I should be able to acquire the necessary skills I'm going to use after I have completed the service. Even if I don't get the opportunity to continue here, I should be able to implement them.
Me choose say me soya bean. Now but I ain't a MasterCard and Agri-Impact and NSS and so why saying you na ma make kasa team we say on say e betimi anya adwuma nkasa ye adwuma ne mfiti ase kra no okay say obeba be ya asase no so ye de ani be hwe ye no kwasem say omoya nkasa.
For the past years, National Service has been in demonstrated farm, but this is our first time we are going into mechanized, commercial and integrated farming. With this, as part of our objectives, we undertake projects to combat hunger, literacy and then unemployment, and also to shape in the skills of the young graduates from the universities to improve their employable skills. We are earmarking 20,000 acres of land. We prepared 4,000 acres and then 2,000 acres have been developed.
Currently, I am participating in the land preparation aspect. So now we are having our plowing and then harrowing.
By joining Happy Project, the MasterCard Foundation be initiating in collaboration with NSS Agri-Impact. Mene waba kweboni land eno yo. Bia ne nenu de ni ya no. One clear land say ni wo jenshi no chumo. Mine kemi fe omo. Ni ye interest wa ye family me no mi to makase ma le ni pi ye family me. No ha ni yo bie.
Here in Kumawu, taking initiative of a farming that will help our graduates who are coming out to learn things practically and be able to augment whatever they have studied in the classroom. As we are looking at food shortage and food security onto the nation, and we are trying to look at a way by which food production could go higher to be able to augment whatever we are looking onto the aggregate farmers in Ghana.
Per calculation, what we are estimating is that each acre is supposed to give 25 bags. 25 bags by the 12 acres is going to give you 300 bags of rice. If each bag is selling for 600 Ghana cedis, we are going to get something around 880,000 Ghana cedis. After taking the 40% out, we have 108,000 Ghana cedis. With this 108,000 Ghana cedis left, if we divide it among the 5, each is going to get a monthly income of 5,400 Ghana cedis. And with this, we are going to solve the unemployment rate in Ghana.
So in line with our dissemination strategy for promoting improved technologies to these youth who will be benefiting from the Happy Project, the project will be establishing adaptive trials to assess a number of varieties that will be well suited for this location. Besides that, also we will also be doing soil fertility management practices and then also exploring very practical, safe pest management options that can be utilized on this field.
We are also expected, as part of the project, to give our countless lands. We have over 80,000 hectares of land across the country. In all the 16 regions of this country, the presence of National Service in agriculture cannot be overemphasized. But here in the Kumawu district, we have the largest of the lands. With over 80,000 hectares at our disposal, we are well positioned and well placed to deliver the outcomes that this project seeks to deliver.